Okay, now hold on. You know you did not click a video and it said co-op is good, but it actually is. It actually is. And I'm going to explain why it is. This video here is actually going to list out some valid points on how the update for co-op is actually good. Like, I'm actually quite surprised that the Legends devs actually did something good for once. And there's a lot of things to critique with Dragon Ball Legends. Let's not lie. There is a lot of things to critique, but I want to point it out for this video. Hyperdimensional co-op, the overhaul,
It is not one of them.
this game mode has a lot of things that make it worth playing. And I want to point out that Legends fans, as in us, all of us, we've kind of got to a stage where if we have to do anything that requires playing the game,
Well, we have to play the game? There's no way! Oh my god, we have to play? I can't believe we have to play.
bro, it's a game, it's a gacha game, and there's meant to be a lot of grinding with it anyways. But I feel like with a lot of things, like even TLP, like you can say it's a crappy game mode, which I personally think it is anyways. However, to not want to play the game is interesting to me for a fan base. Like, you have the game and it literally comes with factors of where you'd have to grind, but then people call it bad because they don't want to grind. And that mentality shouldn't be applied, but if you apply that mentality, fair enough. Anyways, I've been talking for a lot now. Let's actually get into my points on why Hyperdimensional Co-op is actually a good game mode. If you haven't already, make sure to press the subscribe button, man. We're on this grind to 40,000 subscribers. All my social media links going to be on the bottom of the screen. This is the YouTube channel. We've got a Twitter, Twitch, Reddit, Instagram, and a Discord link all in the description below. So make sure to check me out on all of those. I want to also point out that I stream every single day. So if you want to catch me and ask any questions, I do have the social medias. But the best place is to actually hit me up when I'm streaming. Just type something in the live chat. I'm most likely to see it. You might have to paste it twice, maybe. Depends on how many people are in there. But it's a good time always. So just come through and say hi at a bare minimum. Alright, cool. Let's actually get into this video because I've been holding you guys up for long. Alright, so the first thing I actually want to talk about is the actual missions that they actually let you do so that you can get extra drops. Now, the drops for co-op have always been bad. They've been terrible. And I'm not going to say they're especially good now, but the system they've applied for you to actually get more drops is actually very, very good. And it gives you objectives and makes it feel like you're actually working towards something instead of just repeating the same thing over and over again. You are repeating the same thing over and over again, and that's part of the game. You're meant to grind. That's how gachas work. It's not rocket science. It's literally what you should expect. However, with the way they've set it up, they're not difficult missions, but at the same time, at least you're working towards something. And they've actually changed a few things for these missions to actually make it just much easier to get rewards, and that's great. That's great. So for example, the first one here is to get the link up to 30%. A lot of people don't know, but the link actually allows you to do more damage. So with like cover changing and pressing the right cards at the right time, you can get a lot more damage up to actually clear the bar. That's very, very effective for you guys to actually proceed faster, and people knowing that would actually help them actually get the link up. So cover change more, man, so you can get the link up faster using designated cards. Now this is useful for easy drop. Literally hold on to your blue cards and green cards, and then you get that drop straight away, dealing enough damage that will happen straight away. The only thing that might be sticky for some people is attack with a designated character, but in most cases with the boost characters, you're going to be using one that fits that tag. Now, we didn't used to get a lot of dual coins at all, and we still don't, kinda, but the fact that we just get more, I'm happy about. We get 5 and 4, so you can get 9 extra on the extreme difficulty, which is not too bad. So yeah, just adding those missions, I feel like that makes it fun because it's something you're working towards. And if you're anything like me, I know a lot of guys are, because that's why we play gachas, you like grinding towards something. So the fact that there's challenges there, you're always working towards something, and it actually keeps you more focused than when you were just pressing buttons for like a raid or something. I personally like that. This might not be the heaviest big point for my actual video, but it's something I want to mention because it's there, so you should take note of it. Now, the second thing I want to mention is the fact that they've made it so it's easier to get your Rising Rush perfect. Now, before you could get picked, and it's so annoying, you have to coordinate with somebody you can't even speak to. That makes no sense. You literally have to bank on RNG that both of you get the right card, the same exact card, and then the enemy, which is the computer, by the way, which knows exactly what cards you picked, doesn't pick the card that both of you have picked. So, essentially, you basically have like a 50-50 chance. If both of you get the same card, the enemy will most likely get that card. I'm not even gonna lie, it happens so much. But then if you both go separate cards, you get less damage. And then even if they pick, I guess you guaranteed not getting picked. But then I don't want less damage. I want more damage so I can finish it faster. You know what I'm saying? But with this new update, it's like a time those tap thing. So as long as you get 900 or up, you're good. And that's easy to do. If you can't do that, you're an NPC. And I feel like NPCs literally choose the wrong card all the time in the old system. Or with this system, where you literally just have to do the time those taps, as long as you get 900 or up. If you're getting below 900, you're actually a bot. Like, you either wasn't paying attention or you're just that bad. Like, bro, I don't know how you can really consistently get lower than 900. So it's really easy to do. Even the worst players can do that. So with this update, with that thing getting perfects, it's easy to do more damage. Now with that being said, I do want to point out that they've made it a lot harder, so it takes a lot more damage to actually clear the whole hyperdimensional co-op. But if you get perfect, which is easier to get a perfect run with this, you're good regardless. Might not be also the most valid point, but I want to point it out because a lot of people were just insane and getting picked by the enemy when they used to be OP at certain hyperdimensional co-ops, man. Some of them are OP. It's really, really annoying. So just having the tap thing, how it goes, I like that a lot and I'm happy about that. So yeah, that one there, that's number 2. Number 3, a lot of you guys might have not noticed this, but you can actually cancel out your art cards now using a Rising Rush. So you know before the enemy would, no, your ally, sorry, they wouldn't be able to actually Rise and Rush with you if they press the art cards. You're like, why would you press a card? We're meant to be standing still. It was a lot harder to coordinate. But I've noticed now, and I'll show clips on the screen by the way, there's a lot of moments where I'm literally just like pressing a blast. But if I press the Rise and Rush as well, it would still go through. And that is amazing. Like before that didn't happen and you literally just be stuck doing less damage and you have to do 2 separate rushes, then that's way less damage. And even if you did got an unperfect double rush together, it's so much easier now to just get a lot of damage off because of that. And I feel that's going to save a lot of people because a lot of people are NPCs, like I said, a lot of people are bots. So they don't know what they're doing at all. But the fact that you don't have to actually coordinate as tough as you used to, you can just press the rush. Even if you press the art card, you're a lot safer and that makes it easier to play. So I really like that point as well. I feel like that's one of my most heavier points because raid and co-op, how many times have you got messed up simply because the person you were playing with rushed at a point where you accidentally pressed a card, or vice versa, or maybe you was doing something, or maybe you got hit. There's so many situations like that where it happens, but at least with the art cards now, if I press my rush, it's gonna go through regardless of the fact that I've pressed a card. So yeah, that's a W. Biggest W probably of the whole thing in my opinion. Gotta mention that one for sure. Now, I touched on the missions for the first point, but I want to expand on that a bit more. So you can see in the current hyperdimensional co-op, they've got this platinum equip. Now, somebody's already typing in the comments, the platinum equip's rubbish, you need to have 3 people alive. Well, I know that, but the co-op's not going to be like this forever, is it? It's not always going to be this Shadow Dragon GT equip that gives health and, you know, it's not always going to be this equip, that's my point. So, if they actually give us good equips later in the future, a lot of people would actually be willing to grind this game mode. And with that being said, with the way there's missions as well, the rewards, they drop more frequently, so you get a lot of drops, which is very good. And you'd be getting a lot of drops of something that's really good. So if they give a good platinum equip of some sort, let's say it's like Cell Saga or something, and you get like Raw Strike and whatnot, whatever it is, if they could add anything, then it would be much more worth it. But in this case, the equip that we have, the Shadow Dragon GT one, it's not the greatest. It's not even great at all, actually. When you lose characters, you literally get weaker. That doesn't make sense. Well, it does make sense actually, but they shouldn't put you at a disadvantage for losing characters, you know? But there's already compensation for other things. But yeah, I'm rambling about that. But you can just see that if they actually made better equips or whatnot, or whatever drop they're going to use, it would actually be much more valuable to actually play this game mode, and a lot of people would have much more interest in it by default. So yeah, just because the reward's bad right now doesn't mean it's going to be like this forever. And the last point I want to mention for this video is the simple fact that they've added skip tickets to this game mode. Now, I've never used the skip tickets before, and unfortunately, the only way to actually get them is through the login bonus, which is actually very, very inconvenient. However, in the future, there should be definitely more ways to get them, and they're probably just testing, because this is like their first time they've ever released it. Where every game mode they pretty much drop, they just test it a tiny bit. So if we were able to get more of these skip tickets so that we can actually skip co-op, we can actually just miss out on doing our dailies as long as you've done all the challenges, the same way with stories and events and everything like that. They should add something like this to Let's Fight as well, in my opinion, while they're at it. And with the skip ticket thing, I'm not even going to mention it, but there's a revival drink, and the only reason I'm not going to mention it is because they tried to pull some extortionate price. They try to tell us 300 dual coins for a revival drink, like deaths are really that important for every single run. Like, come on, man, you don't need it. Unless you're very new to the game, I could see how it could be valuable. But then at that point, you're playing Dokkan or something. Like, just play it legit, bro. If you get boomed, you get boomed. If you die, you die, bro. Run it back, try better. Better luck next time. You don't need these revival drinks. We're Legends players, man. We're better than that. Nobody should be buying that in the exchange shop. But the skip tickets, co-op is already a chore, and I know that for a lot of people, but the game mode is a lot better now, and I feel like with the skip tickets, at least if they let us access it through different places in the game, as I said, unfortunately it's only available through the login bonus at the moment, then it would actually be like, oh yeah, co-op is actually a very useful resource, it's a useful game mode to actually play. But again, it's that mentality of, oh, I have to play the game, wow, I can't believe I have to play the game. Nobody told me I actually had to play the game to get stuff. Like, I didn't know that. I didn't know. Like, that mentality, I find it tapped. But if that's your mentality, so be it. But yeah, that's gonna bring an end to the video. I think I made some valid points now. If I just want to sprinkle some negativity into the co-op, I would just have to say that connecting to people is still a chore, and people are just bots. But that's not the game mode's issue. That's people's issue. Sometimes it's the legend servers, I'm not gonna lie, but people themselves, they be using the colors are like purple and blue, right? People would bring just two greens or something, or like 2 reds, which is not even type advantage to anything. Like, people don't think at all. So I think that's more of a people issue. But for the most part, for some reason, this is actually a very enjoyable game mode. Like, I actually like it. I'm actually liking it. Maybe I'm tapped, I don't know, but I'm enjoying it. So I just want to know what you guys think about it. I enjoying it, so I'm making a video. It's my channel, so I'm doing stuff. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you haven't already, make sure to press the subscribe button, man. We're on this grind to 40,000 subscribers. All my social media links are going to be on the bottom of the screen. This is the YouTube channel, Twitch, Reddit, Instagram, and the Discord link all in the description below. So make sure to check me out, all of those. But yeah, man, just wanted to give co-op some justice, because the update's pretty decent, I'm not gonna lie. They had some other stuff that was pretty nice too, but co-op stood out the most because it's an actual game mode. My name's Zakashi, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one, man.